What up, y'all? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are running Nürburgring or Nordschleife, the whole track, the ring and the Nordschleife part. So strap in. We're gonna try and go for the fastest laps we can. Enjoy the ride. Here we go. All right, y'all, here we go. We are running the 2015 Lamborghini Huracan GT3 2015. All right, here we go, folks. We're gonna do first practice lap, one around, not around the whole track. We're just gonna go around the ring itself. Warm up the tires a little bit. Before we actually get onto the ring or the old Nordschleife itself. Also get a feel for the car a little bit. We did drive this yesterday. My best lap was, what was it, 8:56 I think. I was on pace to beat that. However, I had a big mess up at the very end. It's all good. I started with a 9:13, went down to an 8 or a 9:06, and then went down to 8:56. So steadily increasing my lap times. Just a matter of time before I break the all-important 8:36, which is what you need to break in order to get your license for the 24-hour Nürburgring. It's obviously what we're shooting for. We're gonna go out here, try and get our first lap in. First time lap. Good. It does get pretty intense, so I don't know how much I'll be. I don't know how much I'll be talking, but we shall see. These are more just practice laps, so I'm not too concerned about actually beating the time. I just want to be more consistent so that when I actually go for the license test itself, I have the abilities to be consistent. Because it does have to be, I believe it's 2 laps in a row under 8:36. Been tuning into any of my streams, you'll know that next week we're going to be running the Moza R12 wheel base and the KS wheel itself. So the base R12 version 2, or V2 as it's properly known as, and then the KS wheel, which is the GT3 wheel. Car's feeling really good. We got traction control at 5, ABS at 8. We're going to jump into the Nordschleife portion of the track itself. I think that's what it's called. I think that's how they differentiate it. So that's what I'm calling it anyway. Or that's how I'm differentiating it. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. It is Thursday, November 6th, I believe. I don't know, all my days start meshing together, so. Hope the stream is doing good. Thanks for all the likes and shares and subscribes. I do appreciate that as well. All the video views, all the love. Get up to the top there, we're switching to 6th gear. Now this is a 6th gear corner typically, but I've been breaking down into 5th gear just to kind of try and take these a little bit smoother laps, right? Don't want to overexert myself. And I did beat that by about 3 seconds there from my last stream, which was yesterday morning. Car's feeling really good today. I'm feeling really good. The only thing I changed, I think I changed the brake ducts. It's the safe mode or grip level or whatever setting, I guess. Car setting. And I changed the brake ducts to 3 versus the 4. On that corner. Actually going pretty smooth on this lap. As I was saying yesterday, I probably put in about 1,000 or more laps on this track, but that's in the Assetto Corsa game itself. In this game, I probably put in, guessing maybe 10 to 12 laps now, under 20 anyway. So with time, with more practice, I do get better. I start increasing my lap times. Becoming more consistent, obviously. Once I get a feel for the car. I want to turn in a little bit sooner there, but still felt pretty good. Oh shit. A little squirrely there, huh? Take it easy on this first lap, obviously.
Your lap times invalidated. Of course. Please try to stay on the track.
As if I meant to, bro. Alright, a couple wheels off. Not a big concern, right? I know I did invalidate the lap time, which is fine. Still want to see where we fare at the end of it all. Thanks for tuning in. As I've said before, if I didn't, I think I did, but either way, I do appreciate all the love. I am working on a pro license, both IRL and on the sim here. Obviously, this is for the sim, but it gives me good practice as well. And then next week, we're going to come back with some drifting with the new wheel, and I'm just waiting on the pedal set. We clicked that at 8 minutes under the bridge there. So we're already about 13 seconds ahead of where I normally, I think I'm normally around 8:13 back there, so. Lap time is pretty good right now. Say this is going to be my best lap time so far. 8:46.4. Lap time invalidated. Yeah, I know.
Lap invalidated.
That's pretty good. Actually felt really good. I want to check the stream real quick just to make sure we're live in full color. So let's go back into the pits. I want to also make sure that the car stayed set up on that with the what was it, the brake dampers on 3. Yeah, so the brake ducts are on 3. That's a pretty good lap. 8:46. I need under 8:36, so that was a pretty safe lap, if I do say so myself. But it was a pretty fast lap. So we went from, what'd I say, 9:13 we started yesterday. We went down to 9:06, and then we went to 8:56, and now today we are at 8:46. Now I wanted to break 8:45 yesterday. I did not do that, but today we're getting close. We might even break the 8:36 level. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's 2 laps. Consistent laps, or consecutive laps, right? One right after the next. All right, so let's make sure we're live in living color here. All right, looking good there. I want to make sure the Twitch stream is also doing good there. Okay, looks good. All right, so let's get back into this here. We're just going to be ripping and tearing. That's what we're doing today. Like I said, trying to go for that license, that pro license. Don't be afraid to say hi either. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I see the chat down here, so. All right. If anybody has any suggestions on how I can make this car a little faster too, let me know, because I'm not really a car setup guy. I do have a race car or a drift car, the Nissan 240 with the LS1, which I'm currently working on, and be putting a new motor in that. If you don't know, we're running a nitrous, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, trying to get to 900 horsepower. About 750 to the wheels on that thing. All right, another practice lap here. Circle around the ring. Warm up these tires. Now, if we get another good lap without damaging the car at all, we will just keep running it. We're not going to keep going in for the pits. I meant to check the stream before I started, just to make sure everything was rocking and rolling, and I forgot to do that before I pulled out of the pits. So this one just warming up the tires, like I said. Trying to get these apexes down as well. I don't know where the track limits are on that. Keep going up on that curb and it seems to be fine, but I don't know how deep I can get on it. I think also once I get the direct drive wheel on, things will be a lot different as well. So, and then the pedal set, once those come in, the whole new setup will be amazing for me. It's just going to take a little getting used to, I think. So, I figure I'll start. I have the wheel and the base over there. So this is going to be my last stream for this week. And I'm going to set that up this weekend. Get a little practice in. I may do a stream of the setup. I don't know. We'll see. I've never done that. I've only done the driving portion, so we'll see how it goes anyway. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1200. That was a weak braking, yeah. See, that's the other thing about this pedal set, is it's not the... what do they call it? I forget what they call it now. Anyway, this has like those rubber bump stops. It's not the nicer pedal set like the Moza that I'm going to be using. Already I can tell we're down about 6 seconds there. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me how far I'm down if I don't get a valid lap time. Wish it did. That's alright, we're gonna go for it anyway. I am getting better at these turns on the ring itself. I've pulled more laps on the Nordschleife portion, but the ring, it's like not a lot. Oh shit. Well, that just tells me that we go back to the do another round and start the lap time over, right? Didn't damage the car as far as I'm knowing, so.
Got detected.
Funny, I don't think it invalidated that lap time at first, but obviously we're not going to stick with it if it's spinning out like that. Also gives me an opportunity to hit that corner a little bit better of the braking area. Although the cornering pretty much sucked. That's still 36 there, okay. So that's consistent with the last lap. Those that don't know, I'm running triple 43-inch PBs, dual PC setup. Shit. So about a second down from there. There's a little drift action there. 117 on that corner, okay. Now let's see if we can be a little more smooth on this. I think I just hit the braking a little bit later than normal. That's weird. We didn't invalidate. So we're going to keep running it, even though we've got that little ding in our bumper, right? 223. I'm still a second off, or ahead of what I was yesterday's lap times. In that corner. Trying to beat 846, right? .303, so we're on pace with the last lap. Actually, I think we were at 301 on that corner on the last lap, if I'm not mistaken. A little hairy there. I do know this track pretty well, so definitely helps in that regard. Let's go. Feeling good. It's definitely one of the funnest tracks to drive. I don't know if y'all have driven it, but gotta keep that focus, right? Lift of the throttle. Definitely a better entry on that corner. What do they call it? A carousel? So we're about on pace with the 8:46 lap where I invalidated. We'll see where we end up though. Now, if we can keep consistency with the 8:46, we can break 8:36 today. That's what I'm thinking. And if we can do 8:36 consistent, like I said, 2 laps. You motherfucker.
Got some light damage in the front of the car. Box, we have to repair the car.
We're gonna keep sticking with it just to see where we end up. So what do we get? 8:53.
I've been validated.
I was feeling really good too. Just hanging on for dear life, I felt. Hey, we're getting there though. We're getting there. I think it's 8:36, if I'm not mistaken. So I should have looked it up before the stream, but I did not. Everything feels good though, man. The car feels solid. So I'm not going to switch a thing. We're on the safe preset. The only difference I changed was the duct. Down to from 4 to 3. I do have to hit that wall corner a little bit better because I know that I lag on that a lot. Trying to get these tires nice and warm. Nice and sticky. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Here we go. New lap time. 8:45 is we're gonna try and beat. Missed first. I did not invalidate, so we're gonna still run it. A little understeer here. For about a second on above pace or below pace, I should say. I don't know how you say it. Got a little faith in the car, right? Knowing that the faster you go, the better it's going to grip up. Downforce. So 116. What were we at there? thought it was like a 113 before. Alright, we're gonna still stick with it. I'm about 2 seconds above my fastest pace on that corner. I used fastest was 222 before, so top of the hill, click it into 6. Boom. The next checkpoint will be 301. This next corner there. $258. Holy fuck. I mean, holy smokes. I'm trying to swear less, folks. .26 there. I'm used. Fastest there was 303. .417 there. Last time was 420, remember? So we're definitely setting a good pace. One of the dumbest mistakes I've made. So I'm 3 seconds above the pace. At that marker, my fastest was 8 minutes. So we might break the 8:45. Let's see how we do around this next S turn. Come on, baby.
Well done, mate.
8:44 exactly. Let's do another one. Let's see if we can break the pace, right? Whew. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but I felt pretty fucking good. See, that's where I need to be up on that curve. Because I was like a second and a half up. And I lose a little time coming out of the corners. Getting a little hairy in these corners. So on pretty good pace from last lap. Obviously you can see the time frame there, or maybe you can't, I don't know. About a quarter second. Oh, motherfucker. Now, we're about even now. A little drift action. See, that's the other thing about drifting, or coming up in the drifting scene, is that you get used to being a little bit slidey. And you have a better idea of what you can do to fix your slide, right? Or fix your mess up. You know, the funny part is we're still ahead. We were 3:31 prior to this the last lap, right? I forget where we were on the previous lap though. were 420 here before, so 419. We're on pace for the or the 450 mark. Seconds, almost, yeah, about 2 seconds down from the last lap. Fucking sweating up in here. A little bunny hop there. So we're still gonna run with it. See what the pace is gonna be with all little mess ups there. Since the lap was invalidated, I try to push it a little harder because I know on that back end corners I do kind of take them a little bit slower. So if I can figure out what my limitations are over there, I can increase the lap times in those sections. So I don't sweat the small stuff. I do want to see how we can take these corners. Even with that fuck up, still pretty good. Missing that. That's one of the other reasons I'm changing. Not only because it's a better setup for the next Moza R12 V2, but I keep having some downshift issues, and I don't know if it's rev matching that's doing it or what it is, but either way, we're changing it out this week. Good pace so far. About 10 seconds off the pace. 12 from the fastest lap. Missed a second. See, there it is again. Alright, throwing me off a little bit, obviously. realized the lap wasn't already invalidated. I thought it did already invalidate from the last lap. Although it didn't really matter, right? Because we're already 13 seconds off the pace. All kinds of fucking up. I mean, messing up now. That is nerve-wracking though. If you've ever driven Nordschleife, Nürburgring, man. You're basically hanging on for dear life, right? I can tell you though, like it keeps saying, I say it in all my videos, practice makes better. So the more I practice, the faster the lap times will be, the more consistency will take place. And with consistency comes faster lap times as well. So it's all a puzzle. See, like I'm understanding that corner better as well, so overall I feel a lot better. I'm just gonna keep running and I think we're good, right? Gotta hit that. I gotta turn in a lot faster on that apex there. I feel like a lot of understeer is taking place right there, so. I see the green coming down when I have to take off the accelerator. At least it happens right there so that I can come around, start a new lap, right? definitely don't get as good of a start.
Detected.
We're gonna go back to the pits real quick. That's getting gnarly. Holy smokes. Alright. I think we're gonna do one more lap. And then we're gonna call it. One more lap. So we'll get the tires warmed up. And call it for the day. It gets very hot. And the muscles that it takes to work this. You don't realize how taxing it is compared to a regular race. All right, y'all, we're gonna call it a day. I am beat. That is a punishing track. If you've never tried it, if you've never driven it, you're just in it to win it, right? So anyway, I'll be back on, I think, Monday. I'm gonna take, what's today? Thursday? Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna be getting the R12, the Moza R12 V2 setup and the KS wheel. I'm gonna try and get, hopefully the pedals will come in by then as well. We'll see, but if not, we're gonna run these pedals for now, get used to the other setup, and go from there. So I will see you back on Monday, bright and early. Until then, enjoy your weekend, be the ruckus, bring the ruckus, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in.